Hello everyone, and welcome to my Sister Wives For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kody Brown, the patriarch of Sister Wives, has been going through a difficult time since the death of his son, Garrison Brown, but the tragedy may finally make him see how negatively Robyn Brown has affected his life. Robyn has been difficult for Kody to put in place during Sister Wives Season 19. Robyn has struggled to comprehend the events taking place in the family, even if their bond has seemed to be helping Kody get through some challenging moments. Things have been more challenging after Kody's first 3 spouses left the family. Robyn was the sole surviving wife in the one-time plural marriage after Kody's marriages to Christine Brown, Janelle Brown, and Mary Brown ended after about 30 years. Her love for Kody and her commitment to her relationship made it obvious that she would be open to monogamy, even if it wasn't her desire, even if she knew she wanted to be in multiple marriages before she married Kody. Since Robyn's involvement wasn't beneficial regardless of her intentions, Kody's strong feelings about his divorces were exacerbated by the fact that his children were having difficulties in their connections with their father. Robyn's behavior has been subpar during the trauma of losing Garrison, despite the fact that she has long been the wife in the mix who felt she could read Kody the best. Robyn has been shown to be heartbroken and supportive of her children, but she hasn't proved that she can handle Kody's suffering. For a long time, Robyn and Kody's marriage has seemed to benefit one partner more than the other at any one period. At times, Robyn has been able to soothe Kody, while at other times, Kody has been supportive of Robyn. Nevertheless, Robyn's lack of concern and support for Kody at this trying time has been painful to witness. Robyn has been doing a lot to make Garrison's loss more of a personal matter, placing the burden of grief on her kids instead of acknowledging how hard Kody is handling his son's untimely death, even as the family has been gathering to grieve and move on. The rest of the family is quite open and supportive of their difficult sentiments, so Robyn's behavior on television has been worrying, even though she may have been more supportive off camera. Robyn has been expressing her grief in a completely different way than the other members of the Brown family, despite the fact that she has only been partially featured during the episodes that center on Garrison and his death. It's evident that Robyn's grief about losing Garrison was probably accompanied by other unpleasant emotions, which may have made it difficult for her to express herself on television after previously navigating extremely difficult emotions related to Kody's adult children. In any case, Robyn's recent behavior on Sister Wives has come across as disrespectful to the other members of the family, particularly Kody. It's evident that things aren't as fantastic as they seem on film, even if Sister Wives Season 19 has featured Kody and Robyn's marriage in strong points. Throughout the series' final episodes, it has become evident that Kody's experience with unimaginable loss has altered his reactions to everything, especially his relationship with Robyn. Kody hopes to move on with a fresh perspective and realize how tough Robyn has been to cope with over the past few years. She may be hinting to Kody that he needs to make some significant adjustments on Sister Wives by making things more about herself. For years, Robyn, the final wife left in the ruins of Sister Wives, has been the object of Kody Brown's devotion. However, a recent episode revealed the one unexpected development: Kody re-establishing contact with his estranged children without Robyn's assistance. It was productive, emotional, and somehow tranquil. And that's precisely the issue. For the first time in years, fans witnessed Kody and his daughter Aspen have an honest, unvarnished conversation without any ego, deflection, or, most importantly, Robyn dictating every word. As a result, fans saw a Kody they hadn't seen in a long time. At risk, sincere, present. And the most important question at that point was not if he could mend his broken family, but rather if Robyn had been the one causing it to go apart in the first place. Kody revealed more than he probably meant to during a Valentine's Day recap. He acknowledged that while traveling 8 hours to Utah to see his daughter Aspen, he also unintentionally ran across a number of his other children. However, the reunion wasn't the only noteworthy event. It was that he went into such length about having a vulnerable chat with Aspen. Kody didn't sidestep the subject for once. He confessed his love for his daughter, expressed regret for the hurt he caused, and acknowledged his absence. It seemed as though viewers were seeing Kody's first uncensored appearance. For the first time in years, the father of 18 felt unadulterated, profound, and prepared for introspection. However, Robyn's response when he described the conversation with Aspen is instructive. Despite not being present to witness it firsthand, Robyn continued to reframe it as a confrontation rather than offering support. Viewers on Reddit erupted in criticism of her tendency to distort Kody's interactions if his children from previous wives are there. Viewers have often noticed this pattern. Whenever the original family tries to get back together, Robyn either inserts herself or, as it stands in this instance, seeks to undermine it. It's unclear if she is acting intentionally or in response to a perceived threat. By the time Robyn joined the family in 2010, Kody had been married to his first 3 wives for almost 20 years. In the end, he separated from Mary, his legal wife, to wed Robyn. With Robyn's arrival, the entire family dynamic changed, and watching it unfold on television is one of the reasons Sister Wives is such a popular show. The vocabulary, access, and even the emotional tone of Kody's subsequent relationships were greatly influenced by Robyn. Remember how she emphasized how family get-togethers are unsafe during COVID? Even though her nanny and the nanny's husband were free to come and go from their home, she insisted on stringent quarantine regulations for everyone else. Given how he boasts about Robyn's modeling experience, Kody might enjoy the fact that she continuously feeds his ego in a manner that his previous wives never did. To make matters worse, she also twists the story to make his elder children seem unfriendly or unfaithful to the family. Regretfully, the harm had already been done by the time the majority of the Brown children reached adulthood. Whether on purpose or not, it appears that she has been successful in separating him from the most significant individuals in his life. The worst part is that Robyn's compassion for Kody's children comes across as theatrical. Given that Robyn's natural tendency is to exert control over the situation, it is difficult to think she genuinely wants a reconciliation. And if Kody allows it, the most recent Sister Wives episode demonstrates that this tendency is continuing. Although Kody's trip to Utah hasn't resolved every issue, it did reveal something significant. When Robyn isn't present, Kody is less guarded and more emotionally available. He seemed to be having one of his most genuine conversations with Aspen in a long time. However, Robyn's response made it apparent that she considered it a threat. It's not about whether Kody can mend his broken family at this time. The actual question is what has been obstructing things all along, and Robyn is the obvious suspect. David Woolley, star of Sister Wives, is speaking out about his late wife's suicide. He has been concentrating on the future with Kody Brown Woolley and has been somewhat stoic about his past. Nevertheless, David's late wife gained a lot of attention after Kody Brown committed suicide. For more information, continue reading. Regarding the suicide of his late wife, David Woolley speaks out. David Woolley was a widower with numerous children and grandchildren, as Sister Wives viewers were aware. The fact that his first wife had committed suicide had been mentioned in passing. Not much was said about it, though, and he appeared appreciative at finding Kody Brown Woolley. She knew right away that David was the one after nearly 30 years of a loveless marriage to Kody Brown. He possessed all the qualities she had desired and more. He was kind, warm, attractive, and focused on his family. Regrettably, Kody Brown committed suicide in March 2024. He was the son of Kody and Janelle Brown, but Kody had brought him up with the rest of the family. The cast discussed the fallout from his death on the Sunday, May 11 show. Kody was talking to her husband, attempting to keep her composure. But David quickly talked about his experience losing his wife to suicide more than 10 years prior. The hardest part, he continued, was informing his kids that their mother, who had been struggling with depression for a long time, would never return home. David acknowledged that he sought guidance from his sister on how to proceed with breaking the news of her passing. The father of 8 said that this devastated him and that he felt like he had failed his kids. When Kody was sent home to Wyoming in this special Sister Wives episode, he couldn't help but cry. Knowing about the home movies they had to watch, Kody echoed David's late wife's remarkable character. Kody's love. Everyone praised Kody Brown for having a great sense of humor and being a bright light. He was present for their wedding, and David and Christine Brown-Woolley expressed their happiness. The Sister Wives cast would then have even more pictures of him. David said that he was curious to find out more about Garrison because he did not know him well. However, it was lovely for viewers to witness David's opening up in this manner. David seems to be highly supportive of Christine based on the little time we've seen of him. I'm happy that we were able to learn a little bit about David's life. David looks like a really kind and emotionally astute individual, and I find myself genuinely falling in love with him. I'm happy they're together now. David's desire to find out more about Garrison was also commended by fans. They believed Kody Brown would never have done that. It is hoped that David and Christine can recover together. In the most recent episode of Sister Wives, David Woolley, the husband of Christine Brown-Woolley, made infrequent remarks regarding the suicide death of his first wife. During the Sunday, May 11th episode, David, 61, said to his wife Christine, 53, "I blame myself," in reference to the suicide death of Garrison Brown, the son of Kody and Janelle Brown, in March 2024. Following Garrison's death, the episode was filmed. "My wife, the mother of my children, committed suicide." Speaking up about the tragic loss of his late spouse, he noted that telling his children that their mother was not returning home was one of the toughest things he had ever done. David had 8 children with Margaret Woolley, his first wife. Before she passed away in 2012, they were wed for 20 years. According to the owner of the building company, he asked his sister, "What do I do?" at that moment. "She's like, you need to tell them," David added. "I also informed them." He was about to cry when he remarked, "It was the hardest thing, crying, realizing that she wasn't coming back." David said, "I felt like I let my kids down." Christine sensed her husband's suffering. Their mother was truly unique. The TLC personality admitted, "I've watched enough of David's home videos to know. There are a lot of joyful memories and wonderful times since she adored her children. I'm grateful they have their home videos so they can remember, because I believe they would forget without them since it's so depressing." When David introduced himself to followers in July 2023, 3 months after he and Christine became engaged, he mentioned the suicide of his previous wife. "Hello. I apologize for not revealing my identity to others yet. I have 8 children. 2 are unmarried, and 6 are married. I have 10 grandchildren. My extended family consists of my children and grandchildren in California, but I still think of them as my own." He captioned an Instagram carousel of pictures of some of his kids and grandkids, saying, "I'm honoring their wishes and you won't see their faces on here, because half of my kids don't want to be in the spotlight." After 20 years of marriage, their mother succumbed to depression. "I've been a single father for 11 years, he continued. David continued by admitting that although he had dated in the years following the untimely death of his first wife, their relationship never went anywhere. "I'm so proud of all of my children that I wish I could show them all. Here is a brief introduction of myself. I'm happy to be here. And the future is so bright that I can't wait to be with Christine," he continued. In a February 2023 Instagram post, Christine told her fans that she was dating again after meeting David through a matchmaker in late 2022. After more than 25 years of a spiritual marriage, the veteran Sister Wives star and Kody, 56, called their quits in November 2021. The ex-couples have 6 kids together. The pair wed in a stunning ceremony in Moab, Utah, in October 2023. After that, Christine and David bought an apartment in the charming town and successfully converted it into an Airbnb. "I'm so glad he came to our wedding," Christine said, recalling how happy she was that Garrison was there to witness her marry David. She also disclosed that nothing's the same since his suicide death. Garrison was discovered dead at his Flagstaff, Arizona, residence from a self-inflicted gunshot wound at the age of 25. The couple continued by describing how, in honor of Garrison, they planted a willow tree in their backyard in case they need to talk to him. In a stunning twist that Sister Wives fans never saw coming, but secretly always hoped for, there's growing speculation that Kody Brown is on the verge of a long-overdue epiphany, that Robyn Brown, the woman he once described as his soulmate, may actually have been the single most destructive force in his plural family's unraveling. For over a decade, viewers have watched Kody drift further and further away from his first three wives, Mary, Janelle, and Christine, while showering Robyn with privilege, attention, and emotional loyalty, seemingly oblivious to the damage it was doing. But now, after the shocking splits, financial fallout, and emotional wreckage left in the wake of season 18 and beyond, signs are mounting that Kody's fairy tale illusion about Robyn might finally be cracking, and the implications could be seismic for both the family and the future of the show. Fans have long pointed out the glaring inequality in Kody's relationships, but never more loudly than in recent years, when his favoritism toward Robyn became impossible to ignore. While Christine packed up her life and moved to Utah, Janelle emotionally detached from the toxicity, and Mary was all but pushed out with passive-aggressive indifference. Robyn remained Kody's unquestioned priority, his emotional crutch, his spokesperson, his echo chamber. And yet, what has that unwavering devotion really brought him? Happiness? Peace? Stability? Not exactly. In fact, many fans argue that Robyn's influence has only served to isolate Kody further, deepen his resentment toward his other wives, and blind him to his own role in the collapse of the family he once claimed to cherish. Now, with the dust settling and the truth harder to ignore, whispers are getting louder. Could Kody finally be seeing Robyn for who she truly is? Not the hero of his story, but the villain of everyone else's? Sources close to the Brown family have hinted that Kody has grown increasingly frustrated in recent months, not just with the aftermath of the family breakup, but with how Robyn has handled it. Instead of encouraging unity or reflection, she's allegedly doubled down on victimhood, portraying herself as the misunderstood outcast while continuing to play puppet master behind the scenes. She always wants to cry about the family falling apart, one insider noted, but she's never taken any real responsibility for her part in it. And maybe, just maybe, Kody is starting to agree. In subtle but telling ways, his recent comments have shifted. Gone is the blind adoration, the constant praise, the knee-jerk defense of every Robyn-related decision. In its place, hesitation, frustration, doubt. In interviews and confessionals, Kody has looked tired, conflicted, even regretful, especially when confronted with the wreckage of his relationships with his children and former wives. Could it be that Kody is finally asking himself the question fans have been screaming at their TVs for years? What if I chose wrong? The emotional cost of prioritizing Robyn has been steep. His relationship with Janelle and Christine's kids has reportedly deteriorated, with several of them openly blaming him, and by extension Robyn, for the family's implosion. Viewers haven't forgotten the holidays he spent exclusively with Robyn and her children, leaving the others feeling abandoned and erased. And what's worse, Robyn never seemed bothered by that. While the other wives were mourning the loss of a shared dream, Robyn appeared smugly content with her monogamous arrangement, living in her million-dollar house while the others rented, scraped, and sacrificed. The optics were bad, and Kody didn't seem to care. Until now. Insiders say that Kody is reportedly beginning to feel trapped in the very dynamic he created. Without the distractions of plural marriage to juggle, he's left to face the daily reality of life with Robyn, and it may not be as blissful as he imagined. He wanted a simpler life, a source close to the family shared. But now that he has it, it's not what he thought it would be. There's speculation that Kody is struggling with the lack of variety, the constant emotional heaviness, and Robyn's unrelenting need for reassurance. She wanted him all to herself, the source continued. Now she's got him, and he's miserable. The irony isn't lost on fans. For years, Robyn was accused of manipulating Kody, of playing the long game, positioning herself as the perfect wife, while slowly driving a wedge between him and the others. And now that wedge has left Kody standing alone, with only Robyn by his side, and the silence is deafening. Could the man who once claimed God led him to plural marriage now realize he traded love, legacy, and connection for one woman's version of control? If so, the fallout could be immense. Viewers are already buzzing about what a Robyn reckoning might look like. Would Kody ever publicly admit that choosing her came at too high a price? Could he dare to confront her with the truth about how her presence shifted the family's entire dynamic, from one of shared struggle to selective privilege? Some believe Kody is too proud, too stubborn, to ever fully acknowledge Robyn's role in the downfall. But others think we're witnessing the slow unraveling of the illusion. After all, when you strip away the romanticized narrative, what remains is a man who's lost almost everything: his wives, his children's trust, his audience's respect, and who is now tethered solely to the one person everyone else blamed for it all. It's a bitter pill, and one that Kody may finally be choking on. The question now is, what will he do about it? Will he continue to defend Robyn to the bitter end, living in a bubble of denial?